Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video showcase, as you can see, we are now up to issue 42 already on the Fan Home Build Your Own Optimus Prime figure. So let's have a quick look at the magazine before we open things up. We are working on the shoulders now, so if we open up this, as always, Transformers in Cinema is at the front, so again lots of facts in that particular article there. A rise and fall. Here's to some villains. Again, there's loads of featurettes all the time inside these. There's also character profiles, again starting from generation 1 working all the way up. And then what I love is the fact that they are focusing on the toys, even though that's a reissue because of the wrong colours and that's very heavily sun faded. It is still great to see these particular figures and hear about the return of Convoy, which we can all see there. So there can't be much more generation 1 toys to go through. We're on the left shoulder. This is the pack, so lots of screws. This looks quite simple though. It all looks like it's just going to attach to what we've already built. And then you can see here that it's going to be all inside there. So let's get the pack opened and let's get started with the build. Okay, so I've opened up the bag, and what I've done is use this as a guide to put them in the correct order. For example, that is 42A, B, C, and etc. All the other little parts down here. So first and foremost, let's take the assembly from the last issue. Remember, this is all metal, and when we take 42B, which is this part, check it for the grooves around the outside. That looks pretty obvious to me. It looks like we need to go in that particular way, and we need to secure this with FM screws. Now once again, just in case you forgot, the bags do have it all labelled up anyhow, but the M at the end means that we're going to be screwing into metal. When you see a P at the end, it means we're going to be screwing into plastic. So this shouldn't be too difficult. You can see that that's all lined up like so. Just a quick one as well. I'm saying this in advance. I don't know if it's true, if it's affecting anything. I did mention one of the previous videos to leave your name in the comments, and I will, as I say, give you a shout out. Now the thing is, I've had a couple of clients cancel today, so what I've managed to do is literally get 5 or 6 videos done in one day. So apologies if you've asked. I will get around to it, but I should have told you that in a reply anyway. So yeah, as I say, I'm always honest on here. I just took the opportunity, instead of sitting around doing nothing or training myself, I just thought, right, let's crack on with some stages on here. So yes, if you've already asked for your shout out, don't worry, you will get it. It's just, as I say, that I'm well ahead of probably where these are actually published at the moment, which isn't a bad thing. It's good to get ahead, because sometimes, you know, life gets in the way, especially with these, because obviously, you know, I've got a family, I've got 3 kids, I've got a real full-time job. This is just my little hobby that has turned into a bit of a job as well. So yeah, so the YouTube falls quite behind quite a lot of the things, to be honest. But there we go. Right, that is the first stage done. 42A next, which is this. This looks to again be inside like so. Is it? Let me just make sure that this lines up. It does line up, and it does go in that way. It must do, because otherwise the screw holes would not be visible, and in fact you can't really do it that way. And just again to correct, sorry, just to reassure myself, you can see on the picture there that you've got that cylindrical part coming out the side. So now, because we're screwing into plastic, we're going for KP screws. And again, just to show you, there is the K, there's the P, and again we're going into plastic. And I've already took out 6 of them, I think, because I think there's 3 here, then 3 coming up in a second. So I don't, again, you guys, in fact, answer me this in the, or tell me this in the comments. Do you need to see me putting all of the screws in, or would you just like a quick edit now where I say, right, I'm going to put these 3 screws in, and then boom, it's done? It's entirely up to you. These videos are for you. As I say, yes, I'm building a toy for me, or a model, or whatever you want to call it, an adult collectible. Let's call it loads of different names, but at the end of the day, it's you guys watching this. I do want it to help you. I want it to be a reference point for in the future. As I say, this is, I've said it a few times, I do not know the exact dates. I do apologize of when this is going to go worldwide, but at least if it's going to be of a reference point to yourself, or you just want to watch it, you just want to see it build up, is it easier for me to say, right, there we go, and they're all done for you. Right, here we go, on to an interesting part. So 42D, this is definitely turned that way around. Them 2 are definitely at the bottom, that is definitely at the top. Like I've said definitely too many times there. And then we've got this shaft here with what looks to have a screw on it that's going to push in Ow, caught my hand. It fits in there nice and flush. That just pinched the skin. It's killing. Right, let's turn this around. We've got this here. So this time it's going on the outside. Yes, it is. That is protruding. Let's make sure we get this right. And I'm pretty sure, again, this is all going to line up exactly like so. That clicked in place even. Look at this. This is going to be the shoulder joint. This is nuts. This is nuts. That is pushed on there nice and simple. And here we are again with 3 KP screws. So again, I could say here they are, and now I could literally already be saying, here it is. This is what it's done. It's entirely up to you. But it doesn't take too long anyway. Sometimes maybe I should find things to discuss, but I'm doing so many news videos at the time. In fact, there was Star Convoy at the beginning of that. I think it's quite a, you know, what's the word? It's quite, not prevalent, that's the wrong one. You know, Star Convoy's just come out, shall we say, the new update. So that's quite a coincidence. I can't think of the correct word that I wanted to say. But yeah, coincidence will do anyway. So sometimes, you know, it's nice to have a little bit. You can call it waffling. The Brits would probably call it waffling. They'd be like, stop waffling, Russell. But anyway, I have been waffling. But I have got all the screws in, and it looks like, wow, this is really coming along. This is going to be nuts. That is that up there. That is completed stage 42. And as I say, I'm going to get a couple more of these done at least today. Thanks for watching. Take care.